What's your first hunt of the year?
Turkey? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've already killed one already. You can shoot. For sure. Jake's killed 2. I've killed 1.
Jeez.
Got Yanni with us this morning. I tried to get on one of these Georgia birds. Came out to a big piece of public here and pulled in totally blind. Just did some quick onyx scouting in the tent last night. We're trying to find areas on the foothills of these bigger hills above us that have some creek drainages and stuff that lead down into, you know, private land fields and whatnot. Right here where we're headed in, we got about, I don't know, half-mile walk out onto this long ridge, and it splits 2 creeks. And at the end of those creeks on private land are a couple of green fields. At least that's what it looks like from an aerial. So I would assume that there's some turkeys in the area. It doesn't look like there's been too many people back here, judging from the tracks. So that's either a good or a bad thing. Sometimes if there's no people back here at all, there's no turkeys. So hopefully that is not the case.
This is how our morning's going.
Well, that's gonna do it for Georgia today. Yanni's first day in Georgia. Didn't hear a gobble, did you? Say, welcome to the Southeast, early season. On public land, it can be a challenge, but we found some turkeys today for sure.
I know that weather's coming.
That weather is coming, boy. It's gonna rain tomorrow. Might get worse before it gets better.
I think you're ready about that.
Things are looking up.
It'll make me appreciate it when it finally happens.
That's right. We just gotta keep trying.
Hot tip, folks. We're trying to brown some turkey legs and thighs for the crock pot. And the oil is in Zach's truck. So we're standing around here and trying to figure out how to get moving. Saw the bottle of mayo. Mayonnaise is mostly oil. Sure enough, put it in the old frying pan and
Don't knock it until you try it.
it smells good.
Pitch it.
How was your day?
It was rough. Spent half my day getting my tires fixed on the truck and the other half editing videos at the lodge up top. It's been rainy, wet, nasty. The only person that even got out today was Yanni, and he found some turkeys.
Yes, sir. Is it time to start making plans yet for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Can we do that now?
I mean, I think they're going to be pretty easy to make. You found like...
I found
5.
20, exactly, that I could count. There might have been a few more, but they're on private, but it's like just a little peninsula of private, and
All circle.
private on 3 sides.
Public all the
Sorry,
way around it.
public on 3 sides. I saw a strutter, a longbeard, and then one other bird, the longbeard, that looked like he was the same size. I'm guessing he was longbeard too.
Yeah, they're all flocked up, but we know where they're at, so maybe we can get on them all. We're eating crock pot turkey legs and thighs right now. This is a really good way to cook them. I've done it a few times. It usually tastes all right, but this is really good because Yanni actually knows what he's doing. So
Don't throw them legs out.
don't throw the legs out. No. They just fell right off the bone. How long did we cook them in this crock pot? What was that? Like 15 hours?
Well, really almost 24 hours because we put him in last night.
Okay, I guess so.
But
Did you
I
turn it
don't
to
think that
keep
thing
warm?
was very hot all night. I think it was
Sure.
like warmed all night, and then we heated it on high this morning, and then it finally started really cooking them. So
Okay.
it should never take more than 8 or 10 hours.
Well, the bones just came right out of it. Just pulled the bones right out, and the meat just fell right off. Now we're gonna eat some tacos, burritos with them.
Yeah, let's eat them.
Let's eat them. Jalapenos, Jacob.
Some jalapenos on it.
What do you think about the jalapenos, Dad? Huh?
Ready to eat.
Is that not your style,
Let's
Ted?
eat.
How was your
Oh
day,
yeah,
Ted?
it was good. I sat and edited all day, so almost got it done.
So what happens on rainy days in the turkey tour?
Yep.
We had a little bit of a wreck.
Yep.
I didn't even wake up for that, did you?
I just heard a loud bang in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Had some nasty wind last night.
This is not a good sign. They're not completely like rock solid, but I feel those like they're, when you're hunting in the south and stuff is even freezing a little bit, I feel like that's probably not a good thing.
Yeah, probably not. Rody Yanni.
No, sir. The wind's laid down.
Yes, it has. We might hear a gobble.
That's a good point. Very positive thought of you.
All right, what day is it? Is this our third day hunting in Georgia?
Mm-hmm. Doesn't feel like April 1.
No, doesn't feel like it.
You
at
look
all.
like you're going skiing.
I know. I got on like 4 layers on top here. It's cold. A week ago, me and Jake woke up. Actually, not even a week ago, Jake. It's like 4 or 5 days ago. We woke up and it was 75.
Yep.
This morning we woke up and there was ice.
Ice and the tent was upside down.
We're ready to get after them this morning. Janis found some birds over here yesterday in the rainstorm. They were on private, but right next to public, so we're hoping they roosted on public and we can drop off one of these ridges, get out of the wind, and hear them. Looks like some scratching in here. He's on public. He just roosted across the creek from us. They're gonna go into that little bowl on public or be on that downwind side.
If we can hear him, do you think he's on this ridge?
I think
right
he's in
behind
that
the house.
I think he's in that bowl.
Behind it.
Yeah,
I see.
I think he's over that ridge and in that
Yeah,
bowl where that
yeah.
drainage is at.
Yeah.
And they're probably gonna be up in that bowl out of the wind because that's a northwest wind. That's ideal for them. So if we come in above them right there and they get down in this hole, we might be able to swoop around and get to them. But you notice he ain't gobbling much. No. Because he got all them hens. I barely heard him up in there. He's up in there a little ways, I think.
All right, let's hung them up.
I heard these turkeys from across the river this morning on the other side about a mile from here. Only heard them gobble once or twice, but I'm sure it's because it's a big flock of turkeys and there's a bunch of hens in there. We swooped around them and we're coming in from the other direction, trying to slide up here where they ain't gonna see us. We still got a ways. We can pretty much just get right on the cap of that ridge and take it down.
I think so.
Down in here out of the wind. I might just heard turkey gobble.
Me either.
Jake was telling me that you hear turkey gobbles a lot. I got these big ears, and I don't know. That's what I guess they can hear them. What it sounded like to me was that when that woodpecker went off, it sounded like maybe way down in that bottom,
Right,
the
where
other
we
side
think
of that
they are.
ridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't hear the notes of the gobble. You just hear a sound that shouldn't be there, you know.
Right,
Or
yeah.
a sound it's out of place. Almost just like
Now that you're about to get married, big ears are no longer a detriment. It's all positive.
it's good. She still says I don't listen enough. Like, we need to move. It's the whole bunch.
You don't like this right here?
No, we need to move to get set up. Gotta load your gun real quick. They're right here. 75 coming to us.
See him? Any toms?
I don't know yet. I would assume that there's a tom in there. Because there's a whole bunch of turkeys.
Let's slide up and try to film him.
Yeah. Come right where I am. Oh no, they're coming to the right. Coming to the right. They're coming up on top, Jake. They're just feeding. They have no idea we're here.
Oh man, I see one up top coming towards us.
How far, Yanni?
Oh. Probably 50. Maybe 60. She's right at my level.
Yeah.
Right down there. I see another one there. Came up. They're coming our way. I wonder if I should just get propped up, point my gun barrel down there.
Yep, that's what I would do. See him, Jake?
Yeah.
Easy, easy. I don't see a longbeard yet, but they'll be in the back. We gotta be real patient here.
You guys want me to wait till Jake's on him?
Yeah, you can. They're still pretty far.
You saw him strut, Yanni? I can still see him. I think he's left of the one you're looking at.
You can still see the longbeard.
So, oh no, I see him, I see him. He just went behind the oak. About 40. He's still strutting. Yeah, I see him now.
Just let him come. We got hands all around us right here. They're gonna come right up here. Just let him come.
Two longbeards strutting. Okay, if they go back to the left, can I shoot them?
Just let him come. They're pretty far. They're probably 60.
That's what I got on that one. Oh, dang, this gets my heart pumping.
Just be easy.
Okay. If they follow these other turkeys, I'm gonna lose them behind this jungle. Can I shoot him if I, right now?
He's pretty far, Yanni.
I can't hear you.
He's pretty far. Pretty far.
They're gonna end up swooping to your left. There. You get an open shot at that strutter. Real open. Yeah. That might be easy. Maybe this way.
What?
But I don't think they'll come forward.
Are they walking back right? It's coming right at us. What's that? It's coming right at us. We can't move when they're right there. Don't move. There's a dog.
Yep, I'm good, Yanni.
Right on his head, Yanni. Good shot, Yanni. Good shot, Yanni. Yes! Nice job, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love it. That was insane, dude. That's insane.
Right in the middle of them all. That was stressful.
I think they all took off.
They did, they all did.
Nice eyes.
Yeah, that's tough to do.
Yes, sir, gentlemen.
I'm glad you were watching that way because there's 2 toms to the left of 20
Listen,
yards.
I was getting ready to take my safety off. I'm like, Aaron better shoot. I just lost my opportunity, you know? Yeah. Yeah, Jake.
3 toms within 20 yards.
How pretty was that? Backlit strutters? Come on. You guys, I heard a turkey gobble up there. And I was like, right in that hole.
Uh-huh.
Dude, that's the group you saw yesterday. Yanni came back to camp last night and he's like, I couldn't tell, but they're pretty far. I know there's at least 1 strutter.
You're exactly right.
He's like, I think there might be 3 longbeards.
Dude, that's all I knew for finding those things.
Yeah,
Because
dude.
what else would we be doing right now? Sitting there scratching our heads looking for birds. Like, I'm glad you went out and looked for them.
Look at this little thing right here. If this had been any more perfect,
For 3 guys?
those turkeys have no idea what even happened.
No, the one hen got a little
The one
spooky.
hen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
Did get
was
a little
right up
spooky.
here.
I think she just probably saw
Well,
it.
you had to move to get a shot at him.
No,
probably.
I think she just
right
saw
before.
a shine,
Yeah.
Okay.
probably. You know, 'cause
She never
was so
putted or
close.
anything, no.
No,
Yeah.
She just headed back towards the flock.
She just
Yes, I freaking love turkey hunting, man. That was so crazy because we knew they weren't gonna gobble much coming into this. This morning we got across the river. We could hear some crows in the distance. And like I was telling you a while ago, a lot of times crows will tip you off to turkeys because, especially a flock, because crows will pester them all the time. They'll just, they'll fly over them and call and pester them. So if you hear a bunch of crows somewhere, even if you don't hear a turkey gobble, it's very possible.
It's like
there's
blue
a
jays
turkey
with deer
there.
hunting. It's
Yeah,
not.
do you have any idea why they're pestering you?
I don't know. Somebody smarter than me probably does, but I know they do. This morning we heard those crows.
Turkey out of the tree there.
Right here.
Yeah.
Cup 2 of them.
Do
Yeah, we heard those crows this morning, and then we barely heard them gobble over in
I'm
here.
glad we slid down that ridge because I don't know if we would have heard them otherwise.
Yeah,
Like
we
from
had to
where
get down out of the wind. That wind was just howling, freezing cold. Whenever it rains and cold fronts come through like this, especially in late March down here, they just flock right back up. They gobbled a couple times on the roost, but when they gobbled, it was like, that's that flock that you saw. And we came in here, we pinned them on OnX, came all the way around them, and then came down these ridges.
They weren't quite in the bowl, but they were pretty much where you thought they would
right
be.
where we thought they were.
But we got up here and it was just like the wind's dying down and the sun's beating down on this ridge. Like,
That's how I saw them. It's that sun. I was just creeping through here. We were coming down the other side of this little ridge right here, and I saw this little grove of short pines right here. I'm like, that'd be a good spot to kind of slip through to where I can call down in there or see down in there. Well, I was slipping through those pines, and I saw some shiny black object down the ridge that looked kind of out of place. So I pulled my binos up, and I watched it for a few seconds, and then I saw it move. I'm like, oh crap, I think that's a turkey.
I could not tell what you were trying to say.
And then I saw a hen raise her head. I'm like, oh, right there. And then I pulled my binos down, and I just saw black dot, black dot, black dot, black dot. It's like, that's them. That's that whole flock. We got to get out. Like, we've been calling up here on the ridge.
yeah, but we didn't make a call. Who
We
knows
didn't
if
make
they
a
even
call
heard
at these turkeys. I mean, why do it when they're coming right at you? Why even
You
alert
don't think
them?
they ever heard us?
They might have when we were up top,
Yeah.
and that might have been kind of why they were easing up, but I don't know, to be honest. we probably in the right place at the right time, but we came down here, and that's kind of the beauty of not calling to them in that situation.
They're not looking for it.
We're catching them completely by surprise.
No clue. Yeah.
They're comfortable in here as a
Nobody's
flock.
looking.
Yeah, you saw those 2 big strutters, man. They didn't care about nothing in front.
There might have been a
crazy.
bearded hen in there too. I'm sure you'd be able to tell from the footage. But there was one that had a long beard that never strutted. I don't think, but it was a
I
long
get so
beard.
freaking jacked up, dude. When I saw him, I was telling you guys to get over here. I'm like, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah,
He's telling us to hurry up, and then as soon as I get my butt up in the air to hurry up, he's like, get down.
That's me.
I'm like, well, man, I can't do both.
That's
what I do with all spring.
If I'm salamandering, it's like two speed. You know, if you want me to go fast, I got to get my butt up.
Oh, buddy. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Smashed him, y'all. Nice. He didn't flop much, did he?
No, he didn't flop much at all. Look at that.
Man, there are few things prettier in nature. Inch?
Yep, a little over inch spurs probably.
He's coming in behind those two other guys trying to swoop.
Man, seriously, I'm super grateful. Thank you guys
problem,
for having me in your camp, man.
No
It's
problem.
like,
Thanks for going and
so
finding the
much
turkeys
fun.
last night, because otherwise I don't think we would have had near as an eventful morning.
We got
What do you think, 30 yards?
maybe
I bet he's
30,
closer than that.
25, 30. They have the Go Outdoors Georgia app. You can just download your harvest record right there to the app, and that's what you have to do here. You don't need a transportation tag. You just have to fill out your harvest record. You know, the county that you have harvested the bird in as soon as you kill the turkey, and then you can move the bird and you can check it in within 24 hours, I think. You're right.
Beard greater than 6 inches.
Yeah,
Land type. Public.
he's good to go. He's all checked in.
That's
It's nice when you got a little service and you can just do it right here. That's a beautiful
Making
turkey.
you a pin. Kill
Yeah,
pin.
yeah, man.
Making a kill pin.
JP Bird
We
2021.
make them black. That thing is big.
It's a big
It's
tail
big,
fan for down
dude.
south.
That's big for here. Like, that's heavy
It does
turkey.
look like a wide,
Oh, yeah.
wide tail.
That's a heavy turkey.
Yeah, dude. Sick. This burn is like real fresh in the last couple weeks because,
Oh, that fresh.
oh yeah, because there's not like green stuff growing up in it yet or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, walking down through there's acorns everywhere.
Yeah,
When
there's a couple places where you can't even step. Like
Yeah, there's so many acorns on the ground. When they come in here and burn, they kill all those insects, but they're still viable, like Chamberlain was saying the other day, for a certain period of time. So they can come through here and feed heavy, and
They
they'll
don't
be
even have to
picking.
scratch or just peck.
No, they don't have to scratch or nothing. That's why they love
Hold on,
feeding
you saying
here.
that the bugs are viable still?
Yeah, as long as they get to them fairly quickly. That was my understanding anyway
Yeah.
when talking to
Yeah.
Doc.
And like when we were down in South Florida, we're doing a bunch of burns and we were finding a bunch of crawfish. And I
Yeah,
think I've seen Dave talk about how they found those in there.
they were in the field yesterday in the rain though. That was my thinking, is like, they're gonna use those fields when it's raining like that. I mean, it rained like 1.5 inches, 2 inches yesterday. And then today, when the sun comes out, they're gonna come back up in these oaks and be feeding back in here on the ridges. They keep diversity in their diet, so they're constantly feeding on something different.
That's why he kept saying, I think they're going to be on the edge of that burn. It seems like they're always just on some sort of edge where they can get water, green,
Yep.
acorns.
As
all
we
in-
were getting closer to the end of this ridge where it dumps off in that bottom in the creek where it's not burned, that's where they're at. They like to stay within a couple hundred yards of that edge. They don't want to be up in the middle of that burn what we walk through. At least that's what I've seen several instances. I'm not saying that's a rule by any means, but we're probably within 250 yards of the edge of it right here. Because this just falls right off in that creek, just right up there another 150 yards or so. I'm pumped for you. You flew a long daggum way to shoot one of these things. And like I told you, they are not easy, especially this time of year.
You know, that the rainy day might have been a blessing in disguise.
Yep,
'cause
absolutely.
might have not seen them on the fields.
Yep.
otherwise.
You got to think of whatever conditions you have that day and how to use them to your advantage. A couple mornings ago, dead calm, pretty morning. So we try to get to a high spot and cover as much ground with our ears as we can. Try to listen to several different creek beds from a distance, because on a calm morning like that, you might be able to hear one of these things if you're in the right spot from 7/8 of a mile. And then you can pin them and you know where they're at. Yesterday, doing exactly what you did, cruising around and looking at those open fields, private fields adjacent to public, finding turkeys in the rain, because that's what they'll do. When it rains, they'll go to those fields. And then today, we're thinking windy, cold, flocked up, sun's out, they're gonna be down in one of these holes in a bowl in the timber.
East facing ridge out of the wind.
East facing ridge out of the wind. Wind's coming out of the northwest today.
But you can see the sun is beating down on this. So
Yeah, and their path of travel was going to keep them on that
right on that east facing slope,
Yeah.
keeping warm out there in the sun. So that's 3 different conditions on 3 different days. With turkeys acting a little bit differently and us acting differently in order to find them. We good now. We can pack them out of here, clean them up, and you can do some more cooking.
Glad to.
dude, those tacos last night.
Oh, dude, those are incredible.
Yeah, this whole upper frame and this plastic is a modification that he added in there, and it's just a seat, just to get him, you know, I guess 7 feet or 8 feet. It's probably an 8-foot ladder.
Old deer stand turkey.
Hopefully Zach and Ted are into them. I don't
They
know
are.
what they got into today.
I just talked to him. He said they got really close. We own them in Georgia now.
Did they hear gobbling?
I think so. Yeah, I'm assuming so. If he said they got really close, I'd say they heard a bird gobbling.
That's what Neck. Oh, we're doing snood?
Oh yeah. Snood. Oh wow, that's pretty generous, Johnny. You want to?
Oh, too much stretch?
You want to make sure it's a loose snood.
Okay, loose snood.
Loose snood.
Got it.
But there aren't any rules, so you can do that.
There aren't any rules. No, you can sort of make up.
I
your
can
own
do
rules.
that. Look.
I bet he's
got me
49.
itch.
49.
And we're gonna allow for some curve. He's about 46 and a half.
Really?
That's a good long bird.
What's THP record?
51, maybe.
Oh.
I think it's 52.
52.
Ted shot.
I never thought I'd break 44.
Yeah, to be honest, there's not a lot that make it past 45. We should start creating some sort of a certificate for anyone who can achieve the long bird.
Yep.
And sure enough, we had just like spread out like 25 yards. So
Dude, wait till you see the footage of him. He's just like doing, as you can imagine, he's just freaking out. He did something like, he like got down, he's like, I'm just like, what?
They're sprinting towards us.
Like he's
They were too far away for me to communicate with them, so I had to do it all hand signals. And I didn't want them to keep walking. So they both.
Yanni finally got to experience form.
Yeah.
I can either do salamander or I can do what
yeah, or like crawl on my knees, but I can't do salamander fast. Like if you want my belly on the ground, it's going to take me a little longer to get there, you know. Where I was, I could see the top of the ridge, and Aaron was just over just enough where he could see it rolling off. So he's seeing turkeys that I can't see, and I'm seeing turkeys that he can't see.
Oh yeah, full on turkey ambush sniper mode. Both of us just resting our gun on this mound and leaning on the mound.
So now are you guys on the same mound?
Yeah. Jake's in
all
between
3 of
me
us are
and
in this
Yanni.
hole.
And
It was built for us to kill these turkeys.
yeah, the mound was just perfect.
Just
Third
yeah.
gobbler coming right down the ridge, except he's 30 yards closer than them. In perfect, I mean right on the cap of the ridge. And I look to my right, I'm like, that's the one, Yanni.
That's the one!
But it was nuts. The footage is awesome.
Yeah, I bet. Sounds like it.
Yeah, fun morning.